What a freaking morning. That was awesome stuff.
I'd never been mule deer hunting. That was one of the bucket list animals that I had on my list. The first night we were there, we got set up in camp, shot the bow, made sure everything was dialed in, and we went out just to see if there was any deer out and about. And first night out, big, huge 4x4 comes walking by us about 300 yards. So we knew there was deer there. It was exciting. Next morning we got up. We spent a lot of time looking and found some spots where we thought some deer would be. Found some deer, got on them. I actually got down into a pond. My guide, Josh, said, hey, that deer is coming up this hill. We spotted it probably 700 or 800 yards away, and it was tracking up a hill towards a water source. So I got up by the water source, and that deer came up, and I could see it through the brush, and it was about 50 yards away, and I knew it was going to come through the brush, over the hill, and into the pond. So I got set up. He came over, got right to the edge of the pond and turned around and walked up the hill. So that ended the morning. We sat around and looked for deer the rest of the day, slept a lot. Looked for deer, slept, looked for deer. The weather got real bad the next morning, so we were kind of waiting for the weather to clear up, and once it cleared up, we went walking and saw that deer that I ended up getting, and he was moving up towards private, so we tried to cut him off, and we got to the edge, and he had already made it onto private, so we kind of walked around and waited. And he came back down into the public land where we were hunting, and we got behind him and he bedded down. So I thought, man, this is an awesome opportunity. Josh was up on the hill and he said, hey, you walk down this hill, stay in the valley, I'll walk you through it. So I put my little earpiece in, I walked down the hill and he goes, you need to hurry. He's getting up, he's getting up. So he got up and he walked off, and I was like, oh crap, I lost him. He goes, no, you didn't lose him, keep walking. He's right there in front of you. I didn't see him. So I just kept walking. I walked by an oil tank, and he said, he's right there by you. You got to see him. He's like 50 yards in front of you. Well, I finally saw him, and he was standing about 200 yards in front of me. So from where Josh was to where I was, it was a long distance. And it looked close to him, but it was a long ways for me. But he bedded down out in the field, and there was some tall grass around him. So I thought, you know what? This is my opportunity. So I got down on my hands and knees, and I crawled almost 100 yards on my hands and knees with my bow, and stalked up onto him, and he had no idea I was there. The wind was perfect. It was in my face, in his face. He was looking away out into that field, and I just kept getting closer, and I got to 60, and I thought, I can make this shot. 60 yards. I was like, man, I think I can get closer. So I creeped up to 50, and there was not much cover. I had one little sagebrush in front of me. I was like, I'm trying to look like a sagebrush. If I make it to 40, I've got this. So I started moving up to 40, and he turned around and saw me, or he saw something. He didn't know what it was. So I just froze. I was on my hands and knees, and I froze there. I was in a froze position for about 15 minutes. And he looked away finally, and I got seated under like a little tuft of grass. He was real uncomfortable at that point. As soon as he stood up, I stood up. And he started to turn broadside. As soon as he did, I let it fly, and it was all over from there. I probably should have just let him go expire, but I put another one in him because, like I've always said, if he's there and he's at within range, you keep shooting until he goes down.
Hey buddy, I can't see him back there. Let's see, he's right over there over my shoulder. Anyway, what a freaking morning. That was awesome stock.
And that was the most exciting hunt I've done in a long time, because I got to crawl, spot and stalk, sneak up on him. I had Josh in my ear most of the time. When I got down in the valley though, on the grass, I lost cell service, so I did the last 60, 80 yards on my own. But it was an amazing time. It was so much fun. If you want to go hunt mountain lion, you want to go hunt a bear, you want to go hunt elk or deer, and you want to hook up with somebody that knows what they're doing, look up Signal Peak Outfitters, We'll put a link in the description down below, or you can look up Josh over at New Mexico Lion Hunters, and we'll put his link down in the description below. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. Click on the little bell. Hit you up on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.